If the person you're thinking of has J in their name, pause. This is not chance. This is not random. This is alignment. I am Michael, guardian of divine order, watcher of souls, protector of truth. And I speak now because your spirit was meant to hear this at this exact moment. Something inside you reacted the instant you saw this message. A tightening in the chest. A sudden stillness. A quiet voice saying, "This feels personal." That reaction was the signal. The person whose name carries the letter J is not passing through your thoughts by accident. Their energy has been brushing against yours repeatedly, sometimes softly, sometimes forcefully, because a spiritual cord between you has been activated. You did not imagine the pull. You did not create the feeling. You recognized it. This connection did not begin where you think it did. Before words were exchanged, before time and distance interfered, before confusion entered the space. Your souls were already aware of each other. That is why this bond feels intense without explanation. That is why it feels familiar even if it is complicated. That is why silence never truly feels like separation. There is something unresolved between you and this J soul. Not unfinished business in the human sense, but unfinished awareness. Something that was meant to be seen, acknowledged, or awakened has been stirring beneath the surface. And now, the stirring has reached a point where it can no longer remain hidden. You may have noticed it recently. Sudden memories. Unexpected dreams. A wave of emotion with no clear trigger. A strong urge to check your phone, their profile, or the past. These are not signs of weakness. They are indicators of movement. The person you're thinking of is in a season of inner conflict. Outwardly, they may seem fine, distant, busy, or unchanged. Inwardly, they are questioning things they once ignored. Their spirit is restless. Their heart is unsettled. They feel a pressure they can't name, and that pressure is truth asking to be acknowledged. You are part of that pressure. Not because you chased them. Not because you demanded clarity. But because your energy mirrors something they are being called to become. Your presence, past or present, activated awareness. And awareness is uncomfortable when someone has avoided emotional depth for too long. This is why the connection may have felt powerful but unstable. Why closeness was followed by distance. Why intensity was followed by silence. Understand this clearly. Their hesitation was never about your worth. It was about their readiness. And readiness cannot be forced. It must be reached. That is why I speak now, not to rush destiny, but to prepare you. Because something is shifting. The dynamic between you and this J soul is changing, even if nothing has happened outwardly yet. Internally, a reckoning is forming. They are thinking of you more than you realize. They are revisiting moments they dismissed too quickly. They are recognizing what they felt but were afraid to name. And as this awareness grows, so does the tension between what they want and what they fear. This is where divine timing steps in. There will be a moment. Unexpected, unscripted, when the truth rises to the surface. A message. A realization. A decision. A breaking of silence. And when it comes, it will feel different from anything before. Clearer. Heavier. More real. But before that moment arrives, there is something you must understand about your role in what's unfolding. And about what this connection is truly meant to teach both of you. That revelation comes next. Stay with me, because what I reveal in the next message will explain why this connection had to unfold exactly the way it did, and what is about to change. Now listen closely, because what I reveal here will shift the way you understand everything you have felt. The connection with the person whose name carries the letter J was never meant to be easy. It was meant to be activating. Some connections come to comfort. Others come to awaken. This one was sent to do both, but in a precise order. I am Michael, and I have watched this unfold from the unseen. I saw the moment their energy recognized yours. I saw the hesitation rise immediately after. Recognition came first. Fear followed second. That pattern was not random, it revealed the depth of what was triggered. You did not trigger chaos in them. You triggered truth. Truth unsettles what has been carefully avoided. It shines light into places that have been locked away. And when someone has spent years protecting themselves from vulnerability, the arrival of a soul who sees them clearly feels both magnetic and threatening. This is why the person with J in their name has felt pulled toward you and pushed away at the same time. Their soul leaned in. Their conditioning pulled back. Their heart spoke. Their fear interrupted. But hear this clearly. Fear only rises where something meaningful is at stake. They have been wrestling internally with questions they never planned to ask themselves. Why do I feel this way? Why does this person affect me? Why can't I let this go? They may not say these words aloud, but they echo within them. And while they were silent, processing, retreating, you were not standing still either. Something inside you shifted. You grew stronger, more aware, less willing to settle for confusion. You began reclaiming your center. This shift did not go unnoticed. Your energy changed, and when it did, it altered the balance. The person with J in their name began to feel something unfamiliar, the possibility of losing access to you. Not losing control. Losing resonance. Losing the energetic closeness they assumed would always be there. This realization stirred urgency. You may have sensed it. A sudden emotional spike. An internal nudge. A moment where you felt something is about to happen. That feeling is not imagination. It is alignment nearing its next phase. But before the connection can move forward, something must be addressed. This bond was never meant to be one-sided. You were not meant to wait in uncertainty. You were not meant to carry the emotional weight alone. You were not meant to question your intuition endlessly. This connection was designed to reach a point where truth becomes unavoidable. And that point is approaching now. The person with J in their name is being confronted by their own inconsistency. They are beginning to see the cost of staying guarded. They are realizing that avoiding vulnerability has also meant avoiding real connection. And you, whether you know it or not, became the mirror that showed them this. That is why they cannot simply forget you. That is why your presence lingers even in absence. That is why closure never felt complete. There is unfinished awareness here. Soon, they will be faced with a choice. Remain comfortable in emotional distance. Or step forward into honesty. This choice will not be dramatic on the outside, but internally, it will be monumental. Because choosing honesty means risking exposure. It means admitting what they feel. It means acknowledging what you represented in their life. And this is where divine timing becomes visible. The next interaction, whether it is a message, a moment, or a realization, will carry a different energy. Less fear. More clarity. Less avoidance. More intention. You will feel it immediately. But I must tell you this with authority. You are not meant to abandon yourself for this connection. Your growth was not a pause, it was preparation. And what comes next depends not only on their courage, but on your willingness to stand in truth. Because the next phase is not about longing. It is about alignment. And in the final message, I will reveal what alignment looks like here. What outcome is being formed. And how to recognize the moment when destiny steps fully into view. Stay with me, because the final revelation will answer the question your heart has been holding back. Now receive the final revelation with stillness, because what unfolds next is already in motion. The person with J in their name is nearing a moment of decision, one shaped not by impulse, but by awakening. The silence, the distance, the hesitation, all of it has been leading here. I am Michael, and I tell you this plainly. Clarity is rising where confusion once lived. They have reached the end of avoidance. The inner questions they tried to quiet have grown too loud. The emotions they tried to compartmentalize have spilled beyond their control. What once felt overwhelming now feels necessary. They understand something now that they did not before. That the connection with you was not a distraction from their path. It was a signal pointing them toward it. This realization is humbling. It strips away illusion. It challenges pride. It invites vulnerability. And because of that, it cannot be ignored much longer. You may soon notice a shift, subtle at first. A softening in their tone. A message that feels more intentional. A moment where they speak with honesty rather than defense. When this happens, trust what you feel. Your intuition will recognize the difference immediately. This time, the energy will not feel rushed or uncertain. It will feel grounded, present, real. But hear me carefully now, because this part is for you. When they step forward, you must not step backward. When they open, you must not close yourself out of fear. When they speak truth, you must meet it with your own. You are not meant to repeat old patterns. You are not meant to accept half clarity. You are not meant to shrink your needs to preserve connection. This connection reaches its higher purpose only if both souls arrive honestly. That is why your growth mattered. That is why the distance mattered. That is why timing mattered. This was never about chasing or waiting. It was about becoming ready. And now, readiness is present on both sides. Whether this connection moves into renewal, deeper understanding, or respectful release will depend on one thing: alignment. Not desire. Not nostalgia. Alignment. You will know alignment by how it feels in your body. Calm instead of anxiety. Clarity instead of guessing. Consistency instead of emotional whiplash. If those elements are present, the connection is being elevated. If they are not, then the lesson has completed its work, and you will feel peace in letting go. Either outcome is victory. Because the purpose was never to hold you in uncertainty. The purpose was to awaken truth, within them, and within you. And now I leave you with this final confirmation. You were guided to this message because your intuition is active. You were not wrong to feel deeply. You were not mistaken in sensing significance. The person with J in their name was part of your awakening. And you were part of theirs. What happens next will unfold naturally, without force. You do not need to chase signs. You do not need to wait in fear. Simply remain aligned with who you have become. And when the next moment arrives, you will know exactly how to respond. If this message resonated, stay connected. Quietly support what speaks to your spirit. And remember, divine timing never rushes, but it is never late. The signal has been sent. The awakening is underway. And the truth is already moving toward the light.